Hey friend, welcome to the Get Rooted in Health podcast. I'm Gabby Flater, a faith-led wife, mom of 3, certified nutrition consultant, personal trainer, and passionate about changing lives. I know how frustrating it can be to navigate the health and wellness world. You want to be motivated to prioritize your well-being and wish you were more educated when it comes to cultivating a healthy home. Maybe you're a mom who's completely burnt out and needs a fresh perspective on life, or you're searching for a place to feel seen, heard, and encouraged in a godly manner. No matter if you're doing the dishes, getting your sweat on, or drinking reheated coffee while watching the kids play, there is always an opportunity for growth. If you are ready to finally take action about these desires and are ready to learn, grow, and transform your mind, then you are in the right place. It's time to establish deeper roots so you can enjoy a more fruitful and fulfilling harvest. Let's dig in. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode on the Get Rooted in Health podcast. This is episode number 24, and my name is Gabby. I'm so glad that you are here this week. This one is going to be a quickie, I promise. Sometimes I say that, and then I'm like, oh, it's been 30 minutes. That was not a quickie. But I want to first start off the show with a review. If you have not left a rating and review, it is a great way to support the show. It's free to do, and it helps me know that I am giving you exactly what you're looking for. It helps me know what you guys want more of, what you're loving, and what I can keep showing up for here so that I can serve you. It's all for me to be able to help you. So if you could do that for me, it takes a minute. Pause this episode, go to Apple Podcasts, scroll down on my show, and hit write a review. Whatever you feel is right for the show. I can't think of the word, but leave an honest rating and review. Honest, that's what I'm looking for. It means so much to me. So this one is from KD Wietenheimer. This person says, great new podcast. I felt like Gabby was speaking directly to me from the very first episode I listened to. Love having a new health BFF to give me easy and doable strategies to get and stay healthier. I highly recommend subscribing to this show. Thank you so much for subscribing, for leaving this review, and I love being everyone's new health BFF. So happy to be there for you. So today, quickly wanted to talk about something that just really resonated with me, and I was thinking about, and it's just the concept of just showing up. There have been moments in my life where I have just felt like, man, I don't know how to keep going. I feel like I have so many tabs open, so many eggs in my basket. And some feel easier to show up for it than others, but the other ones do need me to show up for it. But did you know that 90% of your success lies in just showing up? Because what happens when we show up? We're more likely to just start the thing. So when you show up to the place, the environment, the thing that you need to, the place that you need to be in to do the thing that you need to do, you're just going to do it. You're not going to go there and then walk away. Right? Like some people that need to build the habit of going to the gym will create the habit of drive to the gym, work out for 5 minutes, and then leave. And then they slowly build themselves up. But that's what it takes. I've heard this before over and over, and I'm like, that's crazy. Or sometimes it's just a matter of taking out the yoga mat. And then you start to do more. It's building the habit. But it's just, sometimes the habit is just showing up. And so you have to start to just show up. And watch what happens when you do. And so you want to be the person that shows up, who's there for the big things and the little things. The things that feel easy, the things that don't feel easy. And you know, it's up to you. If you aren't purposeful in making it happen, it's not going to happen. But you're going to feel purposeful sometimes, and you're going to feel like, wow, I am showing up, because life has a way of still keeping us busy. So it may seem like you're still showing up, and you are. But is all of those other things that you're showing up for, are those the things that still feel easy and comfortable? And are there still the things that are still uncomfortable that you're not showing up for? What are those things for you? Is that your health? Is it a relationship? Is it a job? Is it a task? Something you want to learn? Something with your children? Like for me right now, on my list is like the things that I have to keep showing up for are homeschooling. It's very new for me, and I resist a lot of schedule-y type things and planning. And so like I'm just kind of trying to figure it out right now before September hits and kind of get our rhythm going slowly. And so I just have to show up just a little bit and keep trying things and just show up. Another thing is like I've been wanting to really learn how to become more self-sustaining for our family in terms of like food. And so I'm learning like, okay, I just have to show up to learn how to make these refrigerator pickles. I have to show up and learn how to pressure can, not just water bath canning. What is pressure canning? And then, so I like have these books that I got to read. And I got to show up for this marathon training. This marathon is not going to run itself. I have to remind myself that. I have to change my mindset and remind myself that, well, it's going to happen whether or not you train. So would you rather be more trained for it? Would you rather run it that day? Or would you rather feel like, oh, I missed out, bummer. Like, no, I would feel like for me personally, like this is my year to run it. And it's harder. I have 3 children that require a lot from me. And so to put the energy towards it and the time looks so different than when I had just 1 kid and my body had only gone through 1 pregnancy and recovery. I've gone through 3 and recovered from all of them and, you know, been able to stay active through all of them. And so like just the tolls and the stressors that have come and multiplied over the years, you know, to now having to train again, with all these new things. And my husband's got some things that he's pursuing in life that he needs to make time for. So I feel like we're burning the ends at both candles. And it just resonated with me. Like I just have to show up, even on the days that I don't want to. And some days aren't going to feel as good as other days when I do show up. They're not all going to feel good and glamorous. But I showed up. And that is 90% of the success. That's where it lies. Okay? And so when was the last time that you showed up for something that didn't feel easy, that didn't feel natural, that didn't feel comfortable? Like that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm wanting you to start thinking about and focusing on and starting to make yourself busy with in life. Because we'll find distractions. We'll find things. Our phones are so easy at doing that. Oh, I should be doing that. Like, we need to, you've heard this, we need to stop shoulding on ourselves. Like, don't should. If you want to do it, do it. Plain and simple. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Or be honest about it. Be honest about where you're at. And just stating it. The facts. So what's been on your mind lately that you've wanted to accomplish? What is something? And why are you putting it off? And what will it take? What does it look like for you to show up for that thing? Is it the yoga thing? Is it starting to implement a little bit more flexibility or just some sort of fitness in your life and you really want to do yoga? Okay, then you're going to have to wake up at whatever time that looks like for you or figure out the time of day that you need to. And you're going to need to set a reminder or an alarm to set out your yoga mat. Maybe you're not even going to do yoga in the first week, but the first week is you setting out that yoga mat. And that builds the habit. So then all of a sudden in the second week, you're doing yoga for 5 minutes. You've already showed up because you've been showing up for a week. You already know what to do. You're in the habit. And now you can start to add in the work. Okay? You know, life is a gift and filled with so many awesome opportunities if we are looking for them and take them and are willing. So live your life with purpose. Live it purposefully and watch your mindset. Set your mind on great things, affirming beliefs, positivity. Surround yourself with people physically and online that are going to grow you, that are going to challenge you, that are going to help you show up. Sometimes I don't want to show up for my runs, but if I make running, sometimes I just have to text a friend at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Hey, are you running tomorrow? Great. What time? 5? Okay. I'll meet you at your house at 5. Like sometimes that's what it takes because I know that I'm like, I want to run, but running by myself doesn't sound fun tomorrow. And sometimes I still have to. Like, yeah, it's crazy what I've had to really overcome to run these miles for this marathon training. Yeah, it's quite rewarding. My last 18 miler was such a huge defeat, and I don't want to get emotional about it, or not defeat. It was a huge feat and so rewarding when I finished. I didn't know if I was going to do it that day or not. I saw a ton of rain on the weekend, and I normally run on Saturdays, and this was Friday, and this was my husband's last Friday off for the summer. He's been doing studying, and so he's up early, but he's like, get it in on Friday. You know that I'm off work, and if I have to go get the kids and be with them, I will. And I said, yeah, and I'll let you study later if you need it. Like, this is where we, it's a team. We work together. And I got out there, and I woke up, and I was like, just go and see what you do. And I had mapped out a 13-mile route. I did it. I added on 1 more mile outside. I called my husband within the last mile, and I said, hey, what's the status at home? What's the kid status? And he's like, they're all still sleeping. And I said, great. Do you mind if I hop on the treadmill in your office for my last 4 miles? And he's like, go for it. And Juliet woke up about halfway through that. And then my other son and the other one stayed asleep. And I was able to shower and everything before he, the 3-year-old, the most demanding, woke up. And it was just like, I did it. And yeah, I'm tired, but I did it. And because I just showed up. I set out my stuff, and yeah, it's because I've continued to show up that I was willing to show up that day. And that's still not the least of it. I've got more to come. And so I just have to set my mind on the right things, the right affirmations. The low-level thinking, the negative self-talk is not going to get me to where I want to be, and so I have to throw it out. That's garbage. It's not going to help. So take responsibility for how you're acting. It's no one else's, no other thing's problem. Those are all excuses. That's playing the victim role, that something else or someone else is causing you to not show up. Like, you have to own it. Take responsibility for how you're acting, for how you're thinking. Make that change and show up. So lessen your distractions. Phone, idleness, TV, I don't know, going out and drinking all the time, I don't really know. Whatever you find to distract you with. Find your why. What is your why, your motivation, the reason behind why you want to do said thing? And be bold. Be brave. And it doesn't matter what someone else is going to think, what they're going to say. This is what's on your heart. This is what you need to do for yourself, or what God has laid on your heart. No one can tell you to not do something if God has truly placed something on your heart. Like, go and do it. Whatever it is. It doesn't have to be health related. It doesn't have to be running related. It can be anything that you want to pursue or get out of life. Maybe it's just showing up for yourself in other areas, like pursuing a hobby or a passion. But you've got 5 kids and you don't know how to do that. Well, you might have to get uncomfortable and get resourceful and find someone who's willing to help you make that happen, to give you an hour to do that thing. Okay? So I hope that this encourages you to just show up, and I can't wait to see the success that comes for you, and yeah, what you will get out of life when you choose to live this way, in this mindset, and you choose to just show up. So live purposefully, guys. Be blessed. Ask God for the strength and the willingness to keep showing up, and be bold. Get uncomfortable, because soon enough it won't feel uncomfortable anymore. It will feel natural and normal, and you'll be like, I'm on the other side. I made it. And look at me now. And then you'll be on to the next feat to tackle. So, all right, guys, have an awesome week, and I will talk with you guys soon.